Well, hello and welcome to the Kronner channel. This is the first of what I hope to be many podcasts. The goal is to try to get at least one out a month and maybe even every bi-weekly. So the intent of these podcasts is to share with you some business ideas, concepts that I think you might find useful in your life as well as in business. Just to give you some example of some of the topics that I will be talking about. To begin with, the one topic will be called Don't Quit, and simply just how important it is to really follow through on things that you say you're going to do. The other thing, another topic that we'll go into is called Your Word Must Mean Something. When you say you're going to do something, you really need to stick with that. So again, we'll go into a lot of discussion about that. Another topic will be, does anyone meet deadlines anymore? It's frustrating for me, especially with meetings, that they're not organized, they're not structured, and people don't show up on time. And then you do set some goals for your tasks, and they just seem to come and go, and people are like, well, tomorrow's another day, next week's another week. And it is really important, I think, to set deadlines and stick to them. And bring in the extra resources that you need, whatever you have to do to go with that deadline. And if you're not making deadlines, you need to go back and self-reflect and find out why. And I like to use a tool like Microsoft Project to really help me organize my tasks, my resources, to help me, keep my deadlines. So we'll go into depth on that. I just briefly touched on it. Keys to a successful business meeting. I've even heard people that have went into meetings where you have to remain standing, keeping meetings to a specific time. A lot of times we have meetings that are every single week, and you have to ask yourself, do you need those every week? Are they structured? Do you have takeaways when you get out of the meetings? Assignments that you're going to do specifically before you go back to the next meeting. Sometimes I feel that you just go into these meetings, people talk, complain, vent. At the end of the day, nothing really beneficial comes to them. They're very costly, very time consuming, and we find that we've been in and out of meetings all day long. But do we really accomplish anything useful? So I really want to go into depth about meetings, and hopefully you can make them more beneficial in your organization. How to better control your time. People always talk about don't have time to finish things. I know for me, one of the keys to controlling my time is really setting up a list, and I do that every single day. And also, how do you spend your time doing the important things, or do you spend your time just being busy and reacting all day? So again, writing things down, structuring them, prioritizing them will help you with your time. Another example of how you can use time more effectively is when I exercise, I also listen to podcasts while I'm exercising. So I feel I'm getting my brain stimulated as well as my body all at the same time. So it's just an effective way, I think, to use time. Biggest mistakes in setting goals will be another topic. So many times people, I think, set goals too far out. They make their annual goals, and they just kind of lose touch. You lose that urgency of the goal. I think it's better to set shorter term goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and maybe even 90-day goals. But anything more than that, I think sometimes it just is too far out and we lose focus and we lose the urgency of it. So we'll go into detail about that. There's some great resources, great books that I'll be able to share with you when we get into that topic. Another topic would be what makes a good leader. And I think we all, I think, have long stories about people that we work with or have worked with that just aren't good leaders. They might have gotten promoted into a position just because they've been with the company a long time, and not necessarily because they're the right person to lead that company or that department. So we'll talk about what I think are good characteristics to be a good leader, and also maybe in yourself how you can become a better leader. Because I think in some respects we all have to lead in some way. And then finally, another topic that I've thought about that I want to get into detail in is social media etiquette. There are no hardcore written rules, but I do think that it's important to kind of understand different social media and proper ways to use it. For example, Facebook. Facebook different than Twitter, different than Pinterest, and some other things. What differentiates of social media and what is proper etiquette? For example, a Facebook, I don't think it's proper to put up 10 or 15 feeds in Facebook every single day. It floods the news feed. I think that'd be a better fit for Twitter. I think it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. You put too many things up on Facebook, too many posts, people just kind of start ignoring them. They scroll them, or if they're too long or too lengthy. So you need to look at what you're putting up and how often you're putting it up. And we'll talk about the different social medias and which one's more appropriate for what platform. So those are just a few things that I want to share. Why do I do this? Just for the simple reason that I enjoy sharing ideas, things that I've learned from other people. I want to pay it forward or share it with other people. Hopefully it'll make your life better in some way. Hopefully you'll find something beneficial and we can all benefit from it. So, and I also welcome your feedback on things that you've done and tried that have worked for you. So with that being said, please come back to my website, mkronner.com, and hopefully we'll have some fun together sharing ideas back and forth. Until next time, take care. Thanks.